And I'm Dora from Headspace. And this is Wiggle to Wind Down, where we wiggle and stretch and take cozy deep breaths. Let's get ready for our story quest.
Tonight's story is Moo the Cow Finds His Way Home.
Hey friends, it's me, Dora. Are you excited for tonight's story, JJ?
I am, because I love farms. And tonight's story is about a very curious cow who lives on a farm. He follows a butterfly.
You got it. Moo the cow follows a butterfly a little too far, and he has to find his way back to his barn.
Ooh, I can't wait for our friends at home to hear it.
Me too. But we have to help our bodies get ready. First, we wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Second, stretch our body big.
Last, we get comfy and take deep belly breaths.
And every time we do a step, we get a sleepy star.
That's right. Sleepy stars sound like this. When we hear that sound, we're one step closer to the story.
And when we have all three, it's time to hear tonight's story. Moo the cow finds his way home.
All right, friends. Are you ready to get our first sleepy star?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay. Let's start by finding a comfy spot on the floor where we've got room to wiggle. Tonight's story is about Moo the cow. Why do you think his name is Moo?
Oh, maybe his name is Moo because that's the sound a cow makes. Moo!
That's exactly right, JJ. A cow says moo. Let's all pretend we're cows, and in your teeniest, quietest voice, let's hear you say moo.
Moo. Moo. Moo.
Wonderful, quiet moos, everyone.
Ooh, I hear music.
Guess what that music means?
Is it time for a Moo the Cow wiggle party?
It sure is. While the music plays, let's put our hands and knees on the floor and crawl like we're a cow. While we're crawling, we can do quiet moos.
Dora, I'm a cow. Moo. Moo.
And stop. Excellent cow walks and moos, everyone. Now, let's stand back up on our feet. In tonight's story, Moo the cow is a little bit lost. But guess what?
He has a friend who comes to help him. Her name is Wren. She is a brown bird with a round belly and cute little beak.
That's right, JJ. Wren is a teeny tiny bird and takes teeny tiny steps and flaps her teeny tiny wings. Let's use our tippy toes to take tiny steps and use our hands to flap our tiny wings, just like Wren the bird. Tippy toe, teeny tiny steps, flippity flap, teeny tiny wings. Tippy toe, teeny tiny steps, flippity flap, teeny tiny wings. You're doing such a great job, little birds.
Dora, did you hear that? That sound means we got our first sleepy star. We did it!
We sure did. We tippy-toed and flippity-flapped and moved our wiggles out. Now we're one step closer to being ready for tonight's story. Friends, do you remember what we do to earn our next sleepy star?
I do. We stretch our bodies really big.
That's right. In tonight's story, a kind acorn tree helps Moo and Wren get home. Let's pretend to be a kind acorn tree. Stand up tall. Reach your arms way up high.
Standing up tall and reaching my arms way up high.
And let's pretend our arms are branches, trying to touch the sky.
I'm reaching as high as I can.
Now, let's pretend there's a gentle breeze. Gently sway your branches to one side.
Branches to one side.
Now, let the breeze gently sway them to the other side.
My branches are swaying from side to side.
Wonderful. Let's stretch our arms out wide as they can go. We're pretending our arms are long tree branches.
My arms are long tree branches.
Great job! Now it's time for a big acorn tree hug. You can hug your grown-up, your stuffed animal, or just yourself.
I'm giving myself a big squeeze.
I love that, JJ. Now, let's lie down and make yourself cozy in your bed, or maybe on your nap mat.
I'm cozy in bed. Dora, that means we got our second sleepy star.
We sure did. Only one more to go. Let's get ready with our cozy deep breaths. Let's take big belly breaths, slow and soft. You can put your hands on your belly and feel it rise like a balloon.
Hands on my belly. Okay, Dora. I'm ready for cozy breaths.
Great. Let's pretend we're Moo the cow, taking a breath in to make the softest, quietest moo, like a whisper. Take a big, deep Moo the cow breath in. And as you breathe out, if you want, you can whisper, moo.
In and moo.
This time, let's just take a deep breath in and out.
In and out. Did you hear that?
You did it, friends. All 3 sleepy stars.
Now our body is ready to hear tonight's story.
Before I begin tonight's story, if you want, you can close your eyes as I read. This story is called Moo the Cow Finds His Way Home. JJ was visiting his grandpa and grandma on their quiet, cozy farm. The breeze smelled like sweet corn, and the animals made happy sounds. JJ watched as a butterfly with orange wings and teeny black and white spots floated down and gently landed on a cow's nose. The cow stared at it and gave the softest little moo. Grandpa Ernest leaned over from his rocking chair to ask, JJ, Did I ever tell you the story about Farmer Barb's cow, Moo? JJ shook his head. Well then, said Grandpa Ernest, let me tell you. Moo the cow lived on Farmer Barb's farm. It was a quiet, happy place. There were lots of animals on the farm. Fluffy white sheep, funny pink pigs, tall brown horses with swishy tails. During the day, the animals nibbled grass, splashed in puddles, and trotted through the fields. The skies were blue, and the sun was warm and toasty. At night, they all returned to the big red barn with the shiny silver roof. And Farmer Barb would read them a cozy bedtime story. On this day, Moo the cow had wandered a little too far away from Farmer Barb's farm. He didn't mean to. He saw a butterfly with orange wings and black and white spots. Moo the cow followed it through a sweet-smelling cornfield, across a long row of tall acorn trees, and along a babbling brook. When Moo finally looked up from following the butterfly, he saw a big green field with big tall sunflowers that swayed in the breeze. He saw a winding pebble path with gray and blue pebbles. What he didn't see was the big red barn with the silver roof. Moo felt a little lost. The sky was getting a little darker, and the air was getting a little cooler. That meant bedtime was coming. And bedtime meant Farmer Barb would be reading the bedtime story soon. Moo didn't want to miss tonight's story. Just then, Moo heard wings flapping above his head. "Hi, Moo," Wren chirped. Then she gently asked, "Were you chasing a butterfly again?" Moo gave a little nod. "It was so pretty," he said softly. "I just wanted to see where it was going. Now I'm a little lost, and I really want to get back to the big red barn for tonight's bedtime story." "It's okay, Moo," said Wren. "You're not lost. You just walked a little too far away from home. And guess what? I know how to get you home." "You do?" said Moo. "I do," said Wren. "First, we need to find Babbling Brook. If we listen for her voice, she'll help us find the way." Moo the cow closed his eyes. His ears stood tall. And sure enough, they heard Babbling Brook. She's a tiny river that makes happy sounds. "Oh, hi, Babbling Brook," said Moo. "It's me and Wren." The Babbling Brook was excited to see them. "Blub, blub, blub," she said. "Hi, babbling brook," said Wren. "Can we follow along with you for a while?" Bloop, bloop, bloop. The babbling brook happily replied, which meant, "Of course, let's go." So they did. Clip, clop. Moo walked along the pebbly path, and Wren flapped her wings just above him. They followed the sounds of the babbling brook. Soon the brook's voice faded behind them. Wren, the teeny bird, landed on a low tree branch and whispered, "Next, we listen for the acorn trees." At night, they drop their acorns, and it sounds like soft bedtime drums. Moo the cow closed his eyes. His ears stood tall. And sure enough, thunk, plop, tap, tap. The sounds were coming from a kind acorn tree. The big, tall tree told Moo and Wren to follow the sounds of the acorns falling. It would lead them straight to the cornfield, with the barn right behind it. Moo the cow smiled. "Let's follow the beat," said Wren. So they did. Clip, clop. Moo walked through the trees. Flap, flap. Wren flew beside him. The sleepy acorn drums led Moo and Wren through the trees and into the tall cornfield. The corn smelled sweet, like summer and sunshine. Wren looked over at Moo the cow and said softly, "Remember, the acorn tree said once we reach the cornfield, we're almost home." Let's listen one more time for the sounds of the barn. Moo the cow closed his eyes. His ears stood tall. And sure enough, baa, baa. "The sheep," Moo the cow grinned. "They always talk the loudest when they're getting ready for bedtime." Wren smiled big. "That means we're getting close." As they walked closer and closer to the big red barn, they heard, "Neigh." Moo the cow's ears twitched. "Those are the horses. I hear them getting comfy in their stalls for tonight's story," said Moo. They walked a little farther, and then they heard, "Oink, oink." "Those are the pigs. I hear them snuggling in their pen," said Moo. Finally, as they came over a grassy green hill, there it was, the big red barn with the silver roof, glowing with warm light. Moo the cow and Wren sleepily walked in to see. The sheep were cozy together in their hay. The horses were comfy in their stalls. The pigs were snuggled in their pen. and Farmer Barb was opening up tonight's bedtime storybook. "Oh, Moo," whispered Farmer Barb. "I'm so happy to see you," she said. "I was about to start tonight's bedtime story. Do you want to get comfy and listen?" Moo nodded and smiled. "Wren, would you like to stay for the story too?" asked Farmer Barb. "Yes, please," said Wren. Wren flapped her wings, made a teeny nest in the hair on top of Moo's head, and snuggled in with Moo. "Thank you for helping me find my way home tonight," Moo said to Wren with a yawn. "Of course," said Wren. "That's what friends are for." And they both snuggled in as Farmer Barb began the bedtime story.